Seat with me. It's Passenger Seat Radio. It is Tuesday, the 27th of May, after a long 5-day weekend. Going to work after such a long weekend is absolute hell on earth. And of course, I have to go into the office, which makes it even worse. I was asked because I logged a shitload of time. What's wrong with my camera? It's not like holding up right. Who cares? You're not here to see me anyway. So I was asked after playing this tainted Grail for a large chunk of the weekend if I would speak about it, because it is sort of one of those AA titles that probably isn't getting the necessary traffic that it needs. And what the hell? I'm enjoying the hell out of it, so I guess it's time to talk about it. So there is a demo, and I did not play the demo. I'll be fair, I'll be honest. I pirated it, okay? I downloaded a pirated copy. I played it for probably an hour and a half, decided that I liked it, and then went back and bought it, lost all my saves, had to start again, which is good, because I'm going to give you some early tips to help you out. So, to say Tainted Grail is a Skyrim clone or an Oblivion clone is a given, right? If you look at the videos, if you watch the trailers or any Let's Play video, you'll know that this Tainted Grail, if not an all-out knockoff of the Elder Scrolls titles, but it's a love letter, and it's quite obvious. Now, that doesn't mean there's nothing new, and it's a basic clone, and you're not going to get anything cool out of it. And to be honest with you, when I started reading about it, and I was looking at it, we were talking about it amongst my peer group, the truth is, I need another Skyrim game like I need a hole in my head. I will gladly play another Witcher game, but I'm aging out of the formula, you know. I mean, with The Witcher, I probably put in 300 plus hours on Witcher 3. That's a lot of commitment. Same reason I don't play Gears of War with my friends anymore. For Christ's sake, we could sit there for 5 fucking hours and play Gears of War, and it's like, guys, I don't have 5 contiguous hours of time. I need to be able to get up and go to the bathroom, get up and do something that the wife wants, get up, put the dogs outside. Hola, Michael Caine's here, the great British actor. So I don't have that kind of contiguous time. So these sorts of games that you can consume in chunks, I mean, you can do that with Witcher. Pretty much any of these open world games you can do that with. You can play for a little while and get out. But if you really want to get into it, you know, you're gonna have to put in some time. So the game is 100%. If you listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're here too long, didn't watch, I may run out of time. I've only got like 20 minutes left to be at work. The truth be told is, if you like Skyrim, if you like Witcher, if you like Oblivion, this game is for you. Just go grab the demo, right? Just plan on paying for it. I think it's $45, which means it's not going to break the bank. What I will tell you, I'll give you a couple of things up front. Keep the volume down until after you leave the title screen, because the title screen, I almost didn't play the game. That's how bad it is. The music on the title screen, I know what they're going for, but holy hell, what a turnoff! What an initial turnoff on the title screen music. So just understand that if you leave the volume on, that's not indicative of the rest of the game, okay? So you start off, apparently, I mean, you are, but I'm trying to say apparently not to ruin any plot points. You start off on this island where you start off destitute, which is, I love that. You start off with nothing. You're in a jail cell. Somebody lets you out. Is this sounding at all familiar to you? Somebody lets you out, and you've got to escape and get to the mainland. So you're on this island. And again, I'm going to try to avoid any spoilers or any story plot points. I'm doing my best here. The first, I'd say, hour and a half of the game is you on this island. You have no idea what the hell's going on. You start to get fed drips and drabs of information. The island is a lot bigger than you think it is. All right, I'm going to start with that. So don't hurry to get off the island. If you do, you will miss a ton of shit. So if you happen to go down the right corridor at the right time and you see the guy that let you out, and he's like, oh, just go down this hallway, I'll meet you on the beach. And you're like, going, yeah, let's go. And so you leave. That's what I did with the pirated playthrough. And I got off the island, and I was in, about an hour, I guess, getting off the island. But then when I bought the game and restarted the game, because, your pirated saves don't work, I took a right instead of a left. When the guy lets you out of the jail cell, you know what he tells you? Make a left, and then I'll meet you. So I made a left, and it turns out that to the right is a shitload of stuff. I mean, weapons and armor and food, all the shit that you need to get started. He told me to go the other way, so I skipped it. And when you skip that, you're literally destitute. You die and die and die because you have nothing. You have nothing. No food, no potions, no weapons. You got nothing. So the guy told you to go. Oh, it's bugging me. Fix this. So the guy told you to go to the left, and you should have gone to the right. If you get to the right, you would have got all sorts of stuff, and it would have made your stay on the island a ton easier. Hello, welcome. So spend time on the island. Don't leave. So you're probably saying, okay, Shane, you're giving us some ideas about the game, but how does it play? Okay, it's a first person, think Skyrim. It's first person, dual-handed, right? You can have an item in this hand, magic over here, a sword over here, a shield here, magic here, whatever. Now you can go third person, but they warn you when you do it that the game wasn't made for that and it was sort of added as a mod. So I stayed away from third person. And honestly, I kind of like first person anyway. So there's standard tropes, right? You have health, you have mana, you have stamina. So if you spend a lot of time casting spells, your mana goes down quickly. If you spend a lot of time with sword or shield, you're going to use up your stamina. Both refillable by potions, regenerative rings, blah blah blah, all the standard tropes. Okay, there's not really anything new here per se. There's a few things new, but not much. What did I just do with my freaking thing? My badge? Crap. Anyway, so you'll find out quickly that the sword play is pretty good. There's standard blocking, parry, attacks. Everything's built around your stamina. So you will run out of stamina quickly. It's a matter of learning how to manage your stamina, how to manage your mana. And so that's like the main sort of game loop, right? Manage your stuff, heal, manage, fight, heal, blah, 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 right? Now, the game is deep enough to offer things like weapon increases. It looks like you could add sockets to your weapons, right? So again, I'd like to say that there's something like brand new here, but there really isn't, right? It's Skyrim. It's just another one of those games. So the mechanics are good. It feels good to play. Again, when you first start playing it, you're going to sort of think to yourself, oh, this is like a sort of a poor man's Skyrim, right? A poor man's Oblivion. And honestly, it's a lot like the OG Oblivion, right? Which is good for a lot of people because people love Oblivion. It's sort of a cross somewhere between Oblivion and Skyrim. Honestly, I think it's closer to Skyrim. So you're on this island, and your goal is to get off the island, right? You're going to encounter the undead. You're going to encounter where did my lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. I'm trying to find my badge before I get into the parking garage. I just had the damn thing. I'm gonna have to stop somewhere and figure out where I dropped it. Son of a bitch. All right. Anyway, let me just pull over real quick and find my badge because I'm getting ready to go in the parking garage. Don't worry, I'm going to spend the remainder of my time prior to work. Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay. Yeah, so if you like Skyrim, you're going to love this. Now, there's encumbrance, right? So you can only carry so much stuff, but it's very generous. You can cast magic. Magic is all done through readying something. It's like a spell, but it's a spell, but it's like contained as an orb or something. So you're holding the orb, and that lets you cast the spell. So it's a physical thing that you have to carry around. There's recipes to learn how to cook. There's fishing, which I haven't gotten to. There's digging crap up. There's pickaxing ore. There's so freaking much to do. I'm actually a little overwhelmed with how much stuff there is to do. So you go through the island, and again, explore the whole island. By the way, just because you see somebody in the next room, don't just attack them from a distance, right? Thinking that you're smart, because a lot of the people that are on the island aren't there to hurt you. But if you take the first swing, they will kick your ass, right? So go in with kid gloves on this one. Yes, there's going to be plenty of fighting on the island. Don't worry. And then once you think you've explored every crack and crevice, by the way, it's not a metaphor, right? There's actually cracks and crevices you have to dig your way through in order to get in there. So again, enjoy the island. There's not a lot of surprises, and you're in control, right? If you walk around a corner and you see a bad guy down the hallway, chances are likely you have all the time that you need to take care of it, right? Or to prepare yourself. Get the right potions figured out. There's a couple of UI choices we're going to talk about here in just a minute that I wish they had not made. I'm sure I can change them somewhere. I just haven't gotten around to it. Okay, let me park here so I can pay some attention. All right. Sorry, cold. Okay, so let's see. So on the island, make sure you don't attack everybody. Take your time. There's a lot of resources. There's a lot of utility, right? There's a shovel. There's a pickaxe. There's all the things that if you don't get it on the island, you're gonna have to pay for it when you get off the island. Let's see. There's a lot of things to get. There's a lot of alchemy. There's a lot of cooking, right? So there's going to be a constant barrage of crafting items, right? Even things that don't make sense. A lot of the crafting items work without crafting them, right? So if you eat this, you'll lose 5 health. But if you combine it with this, this, and this, and you work at an alchemy station, it'll make a good potion, right? So just because something takes away health or inebriates you or something like that, don't immediately dismiss it. By the way, it is fully controller playable. It's verified on the Steam Deck. Haven't played it on the Steam Deck, but I played 100% with controller, and all the UI elements are fine with the controller. Sans one that I'm going to tell you about. Let's see. What else can I tell you? Again, they've stolen from the best, right? So the way that the UI is laid out, the lock picking, the sneaking, you will immediately feel right at home if you're a Skyrim player. You won't even break a sweat. It'll be understanding the nuances. How do I make health potions, right? That's first thing out of the gate. How do I make a health potion? They're scattered all over the place, but for how long, right? I mean, the island is sort of your tutorial level. And so anyway, so you get through the island, and again, I went through the island, nut to butt, soup to nuts. I went through it all, every crack and crevice I could find, the second time through. And I assure you, it's about an hour and a half. Now, that doesn't give you a lot of time to enjoy the game before you hit that refund window of 2 hours, right? You literally, and this is smart. I think they did this by design, right? If you know what you're doing, you can get through the island in an hour and a half. If you don't know what you're doing and it's not your second time through, it may take you 2 hours and you're still not in the main game loop yet. I mean, it's still sort of a tutorial. Oh, by the way, they don't hold your hand a whole lot. There's an occasional screen that'll come up and tell you how to parry. There'll be an occasional screen that'll come up and tell you this, that, or the other. But you're kind of on your own. And there's a lot of times when I was playing, it's like, what the hell am I supposed to be doing here, right? The blacksmith was a great example. Oh, I'm getting ahead. So you're going to get off the island, and there's a lot of exposition on the island. there's a spot on the island as you're leaving where you're going to be running around not doing much other than getting from A to B and listening to talk, right? There's a lot of expository going on. And you can skip a lot of it if you just barrel through. By the way, you can skip through dialogues. Voice acting's pretty good. It ain't no Witcher, serviceable. But you can tap the button and just go through it, right? So the text at the bottom comes up, you read it, he says about half of it, you push the button to go to the next one. But there's this one spot where you're sort of going through this almost MC Escher sort of weird, discombobulated level where there's a lot of talking going on, a lot of the story is established, and there's no way to skip it. And if you wander around thinking, oh, there must be stuff for me to find here, I must be looking for something, you're not. You're not looking for anything. Just get to A to B. Because yes, the story, you might miss a little bit of it, but you're burning valuable time, right? Before your refund period. So once you get through all the expository, you end up on the mainland, and that's when the game really begins. That's when the overall game loop. Hey, what's going on, Fernando? That's when the actual game loop goes, right? And then it really, 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 really becomes Skyrim, right? Running around the countryside, encountering bandits, encountering creatures, slaughtering said creatures, digging up chests, looking through chests, discovering new locations. There's a map that's visible but not unclouded, right? I mean, there's not clouds, but the idea is that you can see the map, so you know where the map is, but you don't know anything about the map, right? So it's a lot like that. So you're running around. And of course, there's quests, right? There's main quests, there's side quests, there's fetch quests. Again, if you've played Skyrim or you've played Oblivion, then you're right at home here. It's just really well done. And it's loosely, how do you say this? For a lot of people, the main storyline is what they want to do. I have not played that yet. I'll probably get around to it, but that's typically not my style of game. We're talking about Tainted Grail right now. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. So the whole storyline, the whole story is about sort of a, I don't know, I would call it more of an alternative universe King Arthur Camelot thing. You'll see a lot of references to Galahad and Excalibur and this and that, but it's all just slightly out of phase from what we know of that. So if you're wondering what like the main storyline is, I would tell you sort of like what your main quest is, but that would sort of ruin some of the storyline. I don't want to talk about that. But there are main quests, there are NPC type quests, right? And then of course you'll just randomly stumble across shit. And when you stumble across shit, those will give you more quests. So there's never a lack of something to do. If you just want to wander around the countryside killing bandits, you can, and they'll pay you for it. So that's kind of nice. You have a steady stream of income, I guess, is something to be said. Now, money in this game is a little, it's sort of like Witcher. You're destitute. You're destitute for the most part, and if you gather a ton of shit and sell it, you're not making a ton of money, right? So when you get this massive weapon that you can't use yet, right? Because it's all not class based, but it's like you must have 3 points of dexterity, you must have 2 points of strength, whatever. So you'll find shit all the time that you can't use. That kind of sucks. But you know, it's just like all these other games, right? Oh, level 6 sword. Yeah, well, I'm only level 4, so I can't really use it yet. So you could drop it somewhere and come back to it, or you could sell it, buy something you can use, right? And it's a pretty good balance in terms of what's available. In terms of, you'll find stuff you can use, and then you'll find stuff that you can't use. You can sell the stuff that you can't use, which is great. But you can't do it for a while, and chances are likely you'll fill up your inventory prior to the point to where you can actually sell. Steam OS, I got a whole nother video series to talk about that. I got stuff to talk about with that. Let me finish this up because I got to go into work. So yeah, so um, all the NPCs are voiced, which is great. Like I said, they're not Witcher caliber, but they're good. They're good. They're serviceable. Graphics look great. There's a night phase where basically, if you're stuck out at night, bad shit will happen to you unless you can build a fire and use this cobweb shit to keep away the weirdness. No kidding, that's the name. They probably could have come up with something better than that. They call it the weirdness. WYRD. Weirdness. Weird. Yeah, maybe they're fans. Anyway, so so the game loop is great, very addictive. When I was on the island, I didn't think I was gonna continue with the game. I'll be honest with you. So do not let your opinion of the game impact you until you get off the island and you run around the countryside a little bit. At least wait till you get to a castle. At least wait until you start seeing the main mechanics, the blacksmith, the shopkeepers, the kitchen, and then you go hunting for bandits a little bit. Do the first couple of quests. Now, watch your time. If you think you're going to refund this sucker, right? Watch your playtime. It will get away from you, especially if you do as I tell you and you explore the entire island in toto and do everything that's necessary in there. You will come very close to your 2-hour point. So watch out for that. Do I recommend the game? Absolutely. If this is your kind of game. If you need another Skyrim game like a hole in the head, this is another Skyrim game. So just put that feather in your cap. I will tell you that I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I did not think I would get sucked back into another one of these games, but damn it if I didn't. The story is fine. It's nothing exciting. Listen, Witcher 3 set a really big bar, man. It's going to take a lot to ever get me to say anything is fantastic anymore. Fantastic, I love you. No, it's not, because Witcher 3 is just that fucking good. So let me put it this way. Tainted Grail is great. If you haven't played Witcher 3 yet, what the fuck are you doing playing anything else at this point? Get your ass into Witcher 3 because it's the best. It's possibly one of the best games ever made. And I say that with peace and love. Okay. Yeah, I don't like Souls-like games. I want to play a game for fun. I don't want to be punished the whole time I'm playing. Not for me. But anyway, so Tainted Grail, it's like $45 right now. You can get a $10 supporters pack on top of it that has music, blah, blah, blah. I just bought the standard edition. Yes, it's available if you know where to pirate it. Go pirate it. Just understand you're not bringing your save with you, so you're going to dump 2 hours playing the pirated version, probably like it, and then have to go back and do it all over again. Your call. Just play it. Stay under your 2 hours so you can get your money back if it doesn't resonate with you. But if you can't at least play the first couple of quests once you're on the mainland, you're not seeing the real game. So give it a fair shake. All right, I got to get out of here. This is Shane R. Monroe, Pastor C Radio. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.